Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Gray cloudy day. I'm Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. And I'm trying to manage some pain, a little bit of discomfort. It's not so bad this morning. Past few days, I've started off the day without the pain in my arm or my shoulder being too bad, if not at all. But that changes. Sometimes as I move through the day, even if I'm not doing a lot with the arm, I'm finding pain. And it's also causing trouble at night, like getting comfortable and being able to actually fall asleep takes a little while. I've just been hard-headed about getting the phone calls made to see if I can get an appointment. But let's do a Jesus Calling video. And I'm thinking maybe Sunday after church if I go to church, or it might be Monday when I try to start Jesus Always. I read today's reading to myself, but once I start reading that book, I won't be probably doing any Jesus Calling for a while, because we've pretty much covered. If you go back, I started covering it sometime last year whenever I got the book. It wasn't consistent every single day. But at the beginning of this year, I have began every day doing the video for Jesus Calling. And what I'm going to probably do is transfer, like once we start Jesus Always, I'll start on whatever day it is, and we'll go from that day on to the whenever next year, and if I can keep up with that. So that's the intention. And let's get into today's Jesus Calling video. Oh, I'm hurting. Yeah, my arm's already hurting. I've got a pillow right here. I'm trying to see if that might help me during the day a little bit. The way I have to have my arm propped, if that might do some better. July 11th. Worship me only. Idolatry has always been the downfall of my people. I make no secrets about being a jealous God. Current idols are more subtle than ancient ones because today's false gods are often outside the field of religion. People, possessions, status, and self-aggrandizement are some of the most popular deities today. Beware of bowing down before these things. False gods never satisfy. Instead, they stir up lust for more and more. When you seek me instead of the world's idols, you experience my joy and peace. These intangibles slake the thirst of your soul, providing deep satisfaction. The glitter of the world is tiny and temporal. Or maybe it's tinny and temporal. The light of my presence is brilliant and everlasting. Walk in the light with me. Thus you become a beacon through whom others are drawn to me. Oh, man. Yeah, so our first reference scripture is Exodus chapter 20, verse 4 through 5. Do not make idols of any kind, whether in the shape of birds or animals or fish. You must never worship or bow down to them, for I, the Lord, your God, am a jealous God who will not share your affection with any other God. I do not leave unpunished the sins of those who hate me, but I punish the children for the sins of their parents, to the third and fourth generations. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about that. I just don't. Sometimes I have questions about certain things, and I just keep those to myself. Those are between me and God. My questions are not to you guys. It's to the Creator. But we're not going to discuss that right now. I'm not going to get into that. Isaiah Isaiah 55, verse 12. You will live in joy and peace. The mountains and hills will burst into song, and the trees of the field will clap their hands. I like that. And I don't know what else I could add to that either, other than that to me represents a peaceful moment in your life. Or if I was to relate it to my life, here lately, maybe I've been hurting and everything, but I have noticed a little bit more of a peace coming over me, especially the longer I have gone without a drink. I'm getting real close to another complete month. I'm just trying to not count the chickens before they're hatched, because you never know what's going to happen. I don't have a clue what I'm going to do at any given minute until that minute's happened. And then a lot of times, a lot of what I'm doing is nothing. And I'm learning that sometimes doing nothing is also something. Anyway, if that makes any sense. Learn to be where you're at and be there. Learn where you're at and be there. Samuel 22, verse 29. O Lord, you are my light. Yes, Lord, you light up my darkness. It goes on to say, in your strength I can crush an army. With my God I can scale any wall. Okay. We're gonna, I'm hoping, I'm going to try to schedule a live stream here in a minute for like 10 or 10:30 today. I think if you didn't watch the other day, there was a guest on with me we streamed for about an hour and a half. Lady Ghost, I think we call her. I noticed the other day on her X account profile, it said call her Ghosty, so I'm going to try to remember that. But anyway, so her handle's like Lady Oklahoma Ghost or Ghost Oklahoma. Her channel is The Power of Why Compels Me. She does some live streams that are really just like it's her backyard. You can see the sunflowers, and then you see bird feeders. You'll hear the birds. You'll see birds flying around, fussing and playing and whatever. And you see the big backyard and some trees and things like that. It's a peaceful stream when she's streaming. It's not her on camera talking. But if you go to her stream and you're watching and you chime in the chat, she definitely communicates with you in the chats and everything. The reason I'm bringing that up right now is that we talked yesterday about maybe doing a stream today. I thought I was going to set it up last night. I'm kind of gauging on how I'm feeling, but I'm going to go ahead when I get this video done uploading and everything, or as soon as I start uploading this video, I'm going to think about setting up that live for about 10 or 10:30 today, because she said she wouldn't mind coming back on. I enjoyed having the company. Several people that were in the chat really enjoyed some of the conversations we had, and she shared some interesting stories, like one in a graveyard, and when she was with a group of people, like they were into ghost hunting and stuff. But anyway, that's just, you can check that out. But we were talking about doing a stream. Now, I'm going to set it up, and if I'm hurting, I might have to cancel it. Or if we get started doing it and I'm hurting pretty bad, I might have to end it sooner than wanting to. And that's just, I'm just letting you guys know. So, but I also have somebody else that asked about wanting to stream with me maybe early afternoon. So I'm going to message them and tell them about this morning, and then see what they're doing. And, maybe if they're not busy, they might be able to just come on with me and her this morning if I'm doing one. But who knows? My arm is already kind of starting to bother me, so things could change rapidly in the next hour or two. And I'll let you guys know. Look for that. And I feel like I've babbled on too long here, but because the worst case scenario is I end up not streaming and maybe end up thinking I do need to go on to urgent care or ER just to have it looked at to move things along. I feel like it's getting better, but then, like I said, at the evening times, later in the day after I've done stuff, even if I haven't done a lot with the arm, I can still tell that there's some damage there, and it might be trying to fix itself, but I've got to think that if this keeps going for the next day or two, if I don't get to somewhere in the next day or two, I got to make some phone calls and get some appointments or something next week done. So that's what I'm trying to sort through my head. And sorry for babbling on, talking so long, but you guys have a good day. And I don't have to say sorry, I guess, because I just needed to say that stuff and tell you, look for a live stream in a little bit. If there isn't, it's because I have something going on with the pain and stuff probably. So hopefully I'll keep you posted. And if I do go to the ER today or something for it, I will let you know in a community post. I'll even make a video at the hospital or wherever I'm at if I'm going. Until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, sage the eternal moment, over and out. Ditto.